What's up guys, we're gonna BroBeats, and today I'm gonna be showing you one of the best guitar plugins you can get right now. And the best part about it is that it's free. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. So let's go ahead and get started. So the plugin is called 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗥𝗙𝗧 Vinyl Guitar 2. Okay, so what I want to do is just go through it a little bit, like what the plugin is, and then I'm going to show you how to make a melody with it, because there's a specific way I think if you want to get like that core guitar sound, you'll need to set it up, which I'll show you. So I just have this little MIDI here, you know, nothing crazy, just to kind of preview. Okay, and you'll notice it sounds a little weird, but that's okay. At first I was kind of like, it sounds a little synthy, but trust me, I'll show you how to make it not sound that way. But I'll just go through it. It's very simple, in your face plugin. You have the tone, very simple. Okay, I don't really like doing extensive guitar, VST reviews. I just like to show you how to make melodies with them, just the basic stuff. So yeah, you have the width, very simple stuff, guitar noises, which is pretty cool, and the string buzz. Okay, you can't really hear that too much right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you click here, you got the piano, blah blah blah. And now we have layers. Now this is what I really like, because when you want to add interesting sounds, you can kind of click some of these on, right? So I'll just show you. There we go. Right, you can start adding these sounds together. Right, so you can see how later we're gonna mix some of these sounds together to make like it sound more real. All right, and you can obviously do processing, but a lot of these sounds are already processed. So we're coming to the end of this like overview, okay? And then effects, right? You have your effects and pretty much everything you would need. Like any effect that I would use on my mixer, I could pretty much use here. EQ, you got background noise. Okay, like everything that you'd probably want. You can kind of mess around with that stuff, okay? So let's go ahead and hop into, gotta turn this rain off, the melody. I want to show you how to actually make a melody with it. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're gonna go ahead and start with our melody. So I just went ahead and renamed everything so that you know exactly what sound is what. So these are my recommended sounds for these, or at least for this setup, okay? Because I think this is the best setup just for you to get in, I guess, a core sound out the box. So Vinyl 1. So the very first preset is probably one of the best to use for your main guitar sound, if you want that like core, you know, guitar melody sound. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a melody with this one. And for this, I'm gonna just make this simple. We're just gonna start on our C, and we're gonna go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is automatic. You don't even have to think about this stuff. I don't know. Let's do like something like this. I'm gonna quantize it. You just do something like that for now. And usually with this note, this like bottom note, I like to pull it up for the velocity, because with this plugin, you're gonna want to mess around with the velocity to get it to sound good. So we'll do that all together. So from here, let's just copy these over, and I'm gonna try to keep this as large as possible so you can see the exact note. What we're gonna do is just go up 7. So we're gonna take that 5th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Copy it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Now, one other little cheat code you can do is from here, and this is if you want that dark guitar sound, you copy this and go up 1. And then the last thing we're gonna do is take this middle sound, this first 5th that we did, and copy it up. And the melody is pretty much done now. So the vibe, the mood that we're going for is already done. Now we just gotta animate the notes. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're just going to take this, and I'm gonna just copy everything. Matter of fact, we can just do this manually, but I'm gonna just zoom in so you can actually see on this one. We're just gonna pull these back. That's simple. And I'm actually pull this one back here. Okay, so how are we gonna mess with the velocity? Let's pull this up. So usually the first one I like to be like a little bit low, and then the second one a little bit higher. So we can actually match these. And then that last one in this like loop, this D sharp. I like to kind of be in between. Hopefully you can see that. I like to kind of be in between. That's kind of how I like to do it. Sounds best to me, but however you like to do it is up to you. But this is typically how I go about this. I think we can just copy this over here just to make it easy. Boom. Just pull that down. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to continue this. So now what you want to do, and this is very important for guitar melodies, is to offset this little bass note. So you can offset it wherever you want. I like to do it like around here. So from this point, any one of these little spots, it's up to you on where you want that to be. So I think I'm going to play off this little rhythm here, and I'm going to just steal this note like so. And we just let that play all the way out. I'm gonna break it up a little bit so you can see the exact note I'm using. And then you can just copy this over and put it directly on the grid. I kind of like to let these play out a little bit. Boom. And that should be a nice little loop. Let's see. Okay, I think that's fine for now. Okay, we don't need to do it perfectly. And then all we're gonna do is just copy it over. Like I said, you can always mess around with these a little bit more later. Okay, and then we're just gonna copy this over just to save time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just copying this exact melody over, but down here. So that is pretty much the melody. So what we're gonna do now is move on to like our counters and our bass, and those should be pretty fast. This is like the hardest part. All right, so let's go ahead and get into those. So for our counter melody, we're gonna be using the vinyl harp 1, okay? And then we're gonna be layering that with our layer sound. And the one that I thought was the best for this setup is the harmonic pluck. It adds kind of like that noise to it that we need. So with these melodies here, you really don't need to do a lot, because you know, when you're trying to like make a melody, you want it to make it the best ever. So you're like, oh, I need to put the most notes ever, but really you probably just need like one note. And I'll just play it. Hold up. Like even that is just enough, right? Like you don't need the craziest melody. So let's go ahead and make something. I'm gonna just use this because I know this will work. We'll just copy it over and we'll just like do something like this. Let's pull this, oops, let's pull this down, and then I want to trickle into this note. Let's zoom in and kind of mess with the velocity a bit. And really play with the note lengths, because that'll change up how it sounds. And let's pull this note, oops, up velocity wise. Okay, I like that. I think that's pretty smooth. Let's see. I don't want this playing too much. I'm gonna copy this over and just drag it down here so we get that same little sound. Okay, and then if you really want to cheat, you know, you could just use the notes that you have below. So I'm trying to keep everything in frame so you can see really what notes I'm choosing. Do something like this and kind of reuse those same notes we was already using. Let's use this dyad from this chord. So we're just not going to use this because it's already down there, as you can see. Okay. So we're just going to use this little melody. I'm going to just change it up a bit. I'm going to get that timing right. Ooh, okay, I like that one. So I'm gonna just pull these down just so it's a better transition. And let these play all the way to the end. So I like this actually. So let's play it all the way through. Okay, I like that. So let's go ahead and we can layer this. So we're gonna copy and put it on our layer. So for the layer sound, we have the harmonic pluck. Okay, so you're gonna want to use that. Pop it on and I'll play it solo. I'll play it like around one of these parts here. You can see it's just adding noise to it. So all right, so lastly, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our bass notes. Now we're gonna finally do our bass part of the melody. So you can pretty much use anything you want here, but in this plugin, the one I found works best for like the type of melodies that you probably want to make if you want to make like dark guitar melodies, stuff like that, is the Vinyl Guitar 2. It's actually one of the best ones, and you can mess with the tone if you want to, but I thought the default was just fine. So this is pretty simple, right? We're just going to literally put the C down, but I don't like to play these like throughout, like consistently, right? I don't want to copy it. I just like to play it every 2 bars, and I think that sounds good enough, and it leaves you room to add like an 808 if you want to like make a beat out of it, because you know, if you have like a sample or something with a lot of bass in it, it's kind of hard to take it out. And I'm gonna pull this down to C3. And that is our melody made with this free plugin. So I did load up a like a little plugin that I would use on this, which is Elastic Pitch. Okay, so I'll just, these are all routed. I guess we just do that. So you could use this, and the numbers I recommend for me, well, what I like is either 7s or 4s for your little sample. So I just chose a 7 here just because I always use like +4, -4 for the pitch. But this is how you can kind of get that like dark sample sound. And of course, you could do a little bit more processing, right? Of course you can, but I want this video to be very simple. So yeah, here's it off, I guess, and then on. You could render that out and do some crazy stuff with that, with all like the artifacting and stuff like that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Check the description if you want to check the plugin out. I'll probably throw it in the comments or something. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.